tell you something. Look it, man. I've been an Atlanta fan for 45 years.
Turning up the heat, T-Will on the mic, can't accept defeat. My ATL sports show, he's running the game. Atlanta Falcons fly high, you know the name. In the heart of the A, where the pride runs deep. From the Braves to the Falcons, he's keeping it real, no sleep. He's got the scoop, every player, every play. Bringing the thunder, every single day. T-Will, shining bright on the airwaves, bringing sports tonight. Atlanta heart, with a soul so free. My ATL Sports Show, it's the place to be.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, Atlanta Falcons and Atlanta Braves fans. How are you this morning, Scott? All well?
I'm good, man.
Well, hey, man, it is good to see you, my brother. I hope all is well. It is Friday morning as we head into a Falcons bye weekend, so there will be no Falcons game. I'm a little sad about that, but that's okay. At least we get to watch the dogs, right? Hopefully they can rebound. And there's other college football on, and yeah, man. And I know your wife is an Alabama fan, so I know she was ecstatic on this past Saturday. So
She was very, 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 very happy. We watched the end of that game when we got home from an engagement party, and she was like, "We finally beat Georgia in Georgia for like the first time in a long time." I was like, "Yeah,
yeah, man. I don't know if Kirby should have gone for that, but hey, man, whatever. You live and die with it, right? So
the minute he didn't go for it, I said, "Oh, that's game."
you live and die with it, man. You live and die with it. But hey, man, that's okay. We are here now to talk about the Falcons, and let's get into it. And the Braves, which, you know what? Let's change it up a little bit and talk about these Braves. So Brian Snicker, as we all deduced and probably guessed, announced his retirement. He's going to be stepping back and taking an advisory role with the Braves. And so, yeah, there's a position available at the top, the skipper, the manager of the Braves. That position is now open. Scott, give me your thoughts on that. Who do you think is going to replace him? You have any wishes, any guys you'd like to see? Just give me your thoughts on it.
I'm going to make a little bit of a hot take here, but I think the guy who I want to see and the guy who is going to end up taking that job are the same guy. I want to see what Walt Weiss does with a roster that actually has talent.
Okay.
And this Braves roster has talent up and down the roster. You got 8 guys in your lineup that you're absolutely – I mean, at least 7, but I think they bring back Kim. So that makes 8. You know, all 8 fielding positions, catcher – first base, shortstop, second, third, like all that's covered. Outfield's all covered. You're missing a DH, right? So if you want to bring in another outfielder, that would be great. That way you can have a guy who can come in and rotate with Ronnie and Profar out in the field. Maybe even a guy who could also rotate at first base with Matt Olson. Let Olson have a couple of days off throughout the year. If you kind of picking up what I'm putting down, I'm saying go out and get Cody Bellinger after you re-sign Kim. That way you get those 2 guys, and then go out and get a closer, go out and get another guy to compete for the 5th starter role, and I think that's basically your offseason. 4 guys, promote Walt Weiss, give Weiss a bunch of talent, keep Kranitz. He's a hell of a pitching coach.
He is a very good pitching coach.
Hires will help out the hitting. I think, you know, you got to worry about, you know, maybe bring in Eric Young from the Angels, bring him back as your first base coach, move Godwin to third base, and then go out and get Wash to come back as the bench coach. I think you do that. You got a really good staff assembled, and overall the team looks a lot better. And maybe you keep Freddie at third base and you just let Godwin go. You know, one guy out of the entire coaching staff leaves. Bring back Wash and Eric Young, and then have Wash be the bench coach so he doesn't have to go out there in third base every day with his health situation.
So, got a few questions for you. Do you know who Kim's agent is?
I know it's Boris. I know the Braves don't tend to negotiate with Boris.
Yeah.
That being said, I could very easily see them saying, you know what, we'll negotiate with Boris. We'll give you 3 years, $66, $67 million. That's the deal. Kim probably wants to stay here with his friend Profar. So you keep those two guys together and you really just set up your lineup and everything's good. You've got a guy on your bench now in that case in Nick Allen who can play second or short at a very high level. You got another guy on your bench in Eli White who can play any defensive position in the outfield. So you've got a combination of, you know, a couple good bench guys already. You got a lot of young arms in that bullpen. And then you're also getting back, you know, Lopez and Schwellenbach. I was going to say Schwellinger. I'm like, but that's not right. It's early in the morning. Bear with me. You know, and then you got Sales Strider. You got Waldrop, who's shown a lot of strides, taken a lot of strides this past year. I think you got to bring back Joey Wentz. I think you got to bring back, you know, Jose Suarez, a couple of lefties, you know, at least spring training. You got Dylan Lee, Bummer, Dodd. Those are the lefty side of the bullpen. Righty side under contract, you've already got Jimenez. You've already got Kinley. You've already got Pierce Johnson. You've already got Daysbell. You've already got Bryce Elder. You already got Lara, Ragsdale, Wiles, Stratton. Like, you got a lot of guys that are already there. You got enough that I dare say you just 60-day Grant Holmes for the entire year as well. Say, hey, I don't care what you think you can do. You go get that surgery. Internal brace, whatever it is, fix your elbow. AJ, he's already had his surgery. Let him fix his elbow. And then let those two guys just recover all year. Because when you got Sales, Schwelly, Strider, Waldrop, and then you got Elder, who Elder looked a lot better this past year.
Elder looked good. I'm not gonna lie. Elder and so here's my thing, right? Braves have a lot of pitching coming back. Now the thing about it is that I hope that they've learned is you can never have enough pitching.
Yeah.
So Joey Wentz is out of option. He probably gets traded.
No, I keep him.
I'm just let me get it out, right? He probably gets traded because here's the thing, right? If this were a normal offseason where there were a litany of shortstops available, I would say the Braves maybe have a chance. But let me paint this picture for you. The only guy available worth anything is going to be, what's his name out of Toronto? I forget his name. Dante's kid. Yeah. Dante Bichette's kid, Bo Bichette. And Bo Bichette is great offensively, but he's terrible defensively.
He's a second baseman.
Terrible. Right. So here's the thing. Braves are going to re-sign Ozzie. Okay. So what I'm looking at is that means that Kim, with what he displayed, and if he had any other agent other than Boris, I'd say maybe the Braves have a chance. Boris is going to hold out to get the most money possible, and the Braves they're not going to go above a certain average annual value. I don't see it. Now, if they do, Scott, I would be pleasantly pleased. I don't see it. So what that says to me is if you're not going to go out and sign a shortstop, you're going to have to trade for one. And what they may do, and again, this is going to sound wild, but because again, you need a reliever, right? So, and in my opinion, you need at least one starter. And the reason I say that is because Sale is older, and I don't
Yeah.
know at this point in his career that we can count on him for the full 162. I just want him to be available for the playoffs. If he has to, if you got to rest him every now and then, that's fine. But I think you're going to need a 6-man rotation. Schwelly's coming back from injury. Rodriguez is coming back from injury. You got a lot of guys coming back from injury, right? So to your point, maybe you keep those guys. But the problem with keeping Wentz and Elder is they're out of options, which means you can't send them down. Right?
Yeah, I would keep Wentz as a long reliever, and I would have Elder as the 6-man in the rotation, and I would just roll with it that way.
Yeah, but that means so your bullpen is 8 guys, right? You got one long man. You keep Elder. Now that means you only have 6 guys as a reliever. You're going to burn your bullpen out. You get what I'm saying? So you can't.
I mean, you can use your long reliever a lot. That's what's great about having a long reliever. A guy like Wentz who can pitch 100 and 150 innings, 50 appearances of 2 innings. Like, you can work them all the time.
I don't know that you can work them every day. Well, it's a thought, right? I don't see their path being that easy. I think they're going to need a shortstop. And
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think they're going to go out and get a left fielder. I don't see them signing what's his name out of Philadelphia. Their DH, what's his name? Golly.
Oh,
Kyle Schwarber.
Schwarber?
Yeah, I don't see them signing Schwarber. Now, I would love it because that dude is a 50 home run machine, but I just don't see that. I don't see that. What's more than likely is they sign a serviceable receiver, a serviceable outfielder, and you kind of have them in and out. But either way, I feel like they need a starter, they need a reliever because our reliever this year, it's so early. What's his name?
Iglesias?
Thank you, because I can't think of anybody's name right now because it's 7:59 in the morning. You got to re-sign him, right? I mean, he was terrible. He was donkey hooters the first half of the year, but the second half, I think he was the best closer in the business. So
Yeah.
what you got to ask yourself is it Jekyll or Hyde? Which one is will the real Iglesias please stand up? Who are we going with here? And maybe they do re-sign him, but that's at least 16 million, right? Then if you're going to sign a pitcher, the Braves being the Braves, they probably go the cheap route. Charlie Morton just retired, right?
Yeah.
So what other pitcher that's darn near towards the twilight of his career that's really good that maybe you can pay 10, 12, 15 million is out there? You get what I'm saying? And then you need a shortstop. So I think you'll probably see some trades, which is why I'm thinking maybe Wentz and Elder get traded and packaged with somebody else, maybe for a shortstop and or a left fielder. And then the only thing you got to sign is a reliever and a starter. It makes it a lot easier.
In that case, what are your thoughts on, say, trading those guys for a Luis Robert Jr., who needs a change in scenery?
He does. He's so up in. What? I would love it. I would, because he probably is a DH at this point.
Well,
he's a heck of an athlete. He's a heck of an athlete.
He's a good fielder. His issue isn't that. His issue is his bat.
Yeah, he's a heck of an athlete. But
so I say grab him, stick him in left or right or wherever you feel the most comfortable with him, and let Profar rotate with Ronnie, let Profar rotate with Robert, and have really good defense behind whoever's pitching. Because that's the other thing you can do is you build up your defense behind your pitchers, and then you don't have to worry as much about, oh, hey, this pitcher's not the best. Well, yeah, but we've got great defense. So if he's, allowing all these fly balls, and they're going right to the outfielders every time, and these outfielders are killer.
Yeah.
You don't worry as much.
All
Like,
right.
he may not have the range factor, but he's got the arm.
So he hit 223 with 14 home runs. He had a 1.4 WAR. He did not have a great year, but it wasn't terrible. I mean, look at him. You can get him. Where is he in his contract? Let me see. What's he?
So he's got a club option, and it's very possible that the White Sox just say, you know what, we're done with this. And so I'm a big believer of some guys just needed a change of scenery. Cody Bellinger was another guy who 2 years ago I was like, hey man, Cody Bellinger, just give him, like, go out and sign Cody Bellinger to be your left fielder. Like, just go do it, because he's going to be a better left fielder than anybody you can sign. And they went out and got Kelnick. And I was like, I don't like this Kelnick move. Like, Cody Bellinger right there for the same money that you just spent on Kelnick, that same $20 million you just spent on Kelnick, you could have given to Cody Bellinger and had a reliable guy in left field who was still refining his bat at that time for $8-9 million. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, whatever. And if Cody Bellinger goes off and it's in Atlanta in 2024, who's to say that we don't end up having a great season? And Harris went down for part of that year. Bellinger could have played center. Bellinger could have hit leadoff when Ronnie went down. Like,
I see your point, and I don't disagree with you when it comes to Luis Robert, because he has club options for 26 and 27. So
at 20 plus million, I don't think that's worth it for the White Sox.
Yeah, well, I mean, plus if they get Elder and Wentz and maybe a one minor leaguer, that's because look at you, Elder. I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna sound really stupid, but I'm gonna say it. There are times when watching Elder, specifically when watching the movement on his pitches, he reminds me of Greg Maddux. I know. It's silly.
Flashes, but it's not consistent.
If you watch it, right, and I'm talking about that pitch that he throws to lefties where it looks like it's going to hit him and then it darts back over the inside corner, or to righties where it looks like it's going to be outside, it's on the outside corner. That is a Maddux pitch.
His nasty changeup, yeah.
It is. Let me tell you something. If he can ever master that, so you could fetch somebody if you package him with somebody. Now the problem with that is if you do send him and somebody on your pitching staff gets hurt, now you got to go to somebody that's maybe not ready, right? So you got your J.R. Richies that are up and comers, but I don't know that they're ready, right? I don't know what the Braves are going to do, honestly. It's interesting because I don't know what they're going to do, but I don't think that. So the player option is Kim's. So if Kim wants to stay with us, he can just sign it. But I don't think he'll do that because other than Bichette, Kim is the only decent shortstop on the market, and he had a great September. So
he had a great September, but he was out the majority of the year with issues.
He was. So, which may work in the Braves' favor, but again, his agent is Scott Boras. So Scott Boras is going to spend this like, oh, who else is out there? I mean, yeah, he was hurt, but when he was healthy, look at this guy. He was outstanding. So, again, it's, in my opinion, it's 50-50. He could resign with the Braves because, to your point, he was hurt most of the year. But he could also not resign because the only guy out there is Bichette, and Bichette is terrible. He's a terrible defensive shortstop. So, it could go either way. It's going to be interesting. Let's look at the pitching that the Braves have, because to your point, they have some options, but they got some decisions, right?
Well, here's
And
another
then
idea, just real
uh-huh.
quick in the field. Another idea that could potentially kind of fill that DH role. What about Luis Arias? And then if you don't have Ozzy for the first month or so of the season because of his hand injury, you put Arias out at second.
I love Luis Arias. But is he a shortstop? He's a second baseman by trade, right?
Yeah. You put him at second, and then when Ozzy comes back, he's your DH.
Oh, I love Luis Arias. But
He's
is he a
hitting
free
a
agent?
bunch of singles. He's a free agent.
Is
Pure
he?
free agent.
Now that's interesting. I did not know he was a free agent. That is
mean, best pure hitter since Tony Gwynn.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
Career 317, 363. Throw that right at the top of your batting order. He's got middling power. He's a doubles hitter, but I will take a doubles hitter as my leadoff man every day.
Great guy at the top of your lineup. That's not a bad idea, Scott. That's not a bad idea at all.
If you
let me run this by you. What do you think about trading Sean Murphy?
If you feel like Baldwin can go 140 games, the way that like Real Muto and William Contreras and a lot of the like really durable guys do, and maintain his hitting ability, I'm down for it, right? I'm totally down. But you got to spend some money on a solid backup catcher if you do that.
Yeah.
Like, you got to go out and get like a Martin Maldonado as your backup catcher, or like maybe not a good hitter, but a fantastic fielder.
Yeah.
Or maybe you go out and you get Real Muto and sign Real Muto.
He's not a free agent. Braves ain't gonna sign him.
He's also 35 years old.
Bro, if they did that, I'd be loving that. But they're not gonna.
He's also 35 years old, nearing the end of his career, and has been playing a lot more first base lately.
Okay.
So that could also be a potential DH option.
Yeah.
If you trade Murphy, I'm not saying they should trade Murphy, but if you trade Murphy, that opens up money to go out and get a Real Muto.
Yeah.
Have him as your backup catcher, your DH, your backup first baseman. You know, have those guys rotate who's in the field every day, but still have all three of them in the lineup. You know, you stick with the outfielders you got, which, I mean, if they're all healthy, 162 games, you have the best outfield in baseball.
No doubt about it.
In terms of hitting.
No doubt.
And in terms of fielding, you got two really great spots and one average spot. And if you're left fielder, average left fielder, yeah, let's go. Your infield looks good if you can get Kim to re-sign. You actually have a really great hitting infield. If Ozzy's on and Kim re-signs, you got an infield that's really great. Honestly, at that point, it's who hits where. You might be signing a DH to hit in the 9-hole anyway.
Or
you put Harris in the 9-hole.
You could DH between Murphy and Baldwin, which I think they will do. Now, the only thing about that is the danger in having two catchers in one game is if somebody gets hurt, you might have a problem. So I don't know.
Still have a backup catcher that you sign.
They may do that. They may just have three catchers. They could do that. They can very easily do that.
With my thought here, Martin Maldonado is perfect. He's 39. It's going to be his last contract.
Yeah.
He's got a year left in his career.
Yep.
And if he's out there catching 20 games all year, that's totally fine. If he's a defensive replacement late in the game, that's exactly what you want.
Yeah. I like signing Arraez as your DH, though. I really like that because that does two things, and I think that's a great idea, Scott. Not a good one, a great one. That does two things. Number one, if Ozzy falls off a cliff or if he gets injured on some freak injury, you got an automatic replacement. And number two, if you sign Arraez, you can let Nick Allen play shortstop because you're going to get hitting everywhere else.
Yeah.
So you can live with a Nick Allen if you got an Arraez at the top of your lineup that's getting on base, Matt
Yeah.
Olson, Ronald Acuna, Austin Riley's back. Like you can live with a Nick Allen, right?
Yeah, because
Um,
you'd have Arias as your leadoff hitter, and then you probably put Ronnie second. You probably have Olson third to keep that left-right switch up going up. You know, Ronnie's or Olson's third, Riley's fourth. In the 5-hole, you probably have Profar. Or no, in the 5-hole, you probably have Baldwin. Profar's hitting sixth in that case. And then, 7, you have your 7, 8, 9 doesn't even really matter. Like
it doesn't, but
Nick Allen, Harris, 7 is what, your second base spot? So that's either Albies or 7 would be Albies. And then if Albies is hurt, then you put whoever you feel like a DH that day in that spot, like Murphy. So, I mean, you could easily.
I really like that as an idea. Now, I don't think they'll do it, but I think it would be a great idea because you build in an automatic. If Ozzy gets injured or freak injury, you got an automatic replacement. But you can hit Arraez DH because he's a pure hitter, and I agree with you. I agree with the Tony Gwynn reference. Other than he is the second coming so far of Tony Gwynn in that he's a pure hitter. Now he doesn't hit many home runs, but he is a pure hitter. He is a pure.
How many home runs did
and
Tony
he doesn't
Gwynn?
strike out. He does not strike out that often, so he makes consistent contact, and he's always on base. I think that'd be a great idea because everybody can't be swinging for the fences. Braves need a couple of guys that can get on base, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd like to see Arraez, then Profar, then Acuna, then Matt, then Riley, then whoever's catching,
Baldwin, yeah.
then Harris, then yada 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 yada, wherever you're going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I agree with that. I think that
Tony didn't hit that many home runs either, though. So I mean, I feel like that's a great comp because Gwynn hit 135 home runs in 20 years. Like,
it's a great. I agree with you. It is a great comp. I agree with you 100%. And look, you could do far worse than Arraez. What did he hit last year? He hit
292 in a down year.
Yeah. And he started out great. I think he started out close to 400.
Yeah.
So you could. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Maybe you do that. Maybe you keep.
He struck out 50 times over the last 2 years. 2 whole seasons, 50 strikeouts total.
Yeah, that's incredible. That's incredible.
He could help out a lot of the guys with like, hey, here's how you do plate discipline. I think you have Arraez and Michael Harris hang out a lot. And Arraez, hey, here's how you walk. Here's how you have discipline at the plate. As long as you're not striking out, I don't care what you do.
Mm-hmm.
If you walk, if you hit, because Harris, when he makes contact, he makes insane contact. He's hitting the ball 105, 110 off the bat all the time.
Yeah.
You hit it hard enough, eventually it goes to the right spots and you're on base. And if Harris is making contact with 400%.
He just got to stop swinging at bad balls. If he can cut that down by even 30%, if he can cut that down by 30%, he'll hit 280 next year. Because
with how hard he hits, if he puts 45% of the balls into the field, he's going to have a 310 batting average. Mm-hmm. And with how hard he hits the ball, if he's got a 310 batting average, he's hitting 35 home runs. He's probably hitting 40 doubles. And he's looking like Ronald Acuna out there. Because we all know he's got the speed to steal bases.
Yeah. So what's interesting, even with the atrocious first half that he ended up hitting basically 250 with 20 home runs and 20 stolen bases, 86 RBI, 152 hits. Like, he was on fire in the second half. So if you get Michael Harris, and I agree with you, Michael Harris, Ronald Acuna, Justin Profar, that's a good outfield. You add Luis Arias to that, you can deal with Nick Allen, you keep Eli, you go out, you get a reliever, you get a starter. You know, and let's go. You know what I mean? And because again, I really feel like when Rodriguez comes back, and maybe the Braves are I don't want to call them greedy, but they're thrifty in that they really try and maximize their dollars. So if it's me, I would not push Rodriguez to be a starter next year. I'd slot him in the bullpen. If you slot him in the bullpen and you get Iglesias, that's your 8th and 9th inning right there. Done deal. However you want to look at it, right? You got some other guys you can build onto that. You got your bullpen. Now all you need to do is go out and get a starter. And the starter that you get doesn't necessarily have to be a world beater because you got some guys coming back, right? So, Strider is learning to be human and pitch 95. I never thought I'd live to see the day where 95 was just, ho-hum 95, right? 95 20 years ago was like, this guy throws 95 miles an hour. Now 95 is like, yeah, it's Tuesday, whatever. You know what I mean? Even that game yesterday, you had guys routinely throwing 100, 102, 103. Like, it's incredible. So, Strider, and again, towards the end of the season, he learned to work in that curveball along with that slider, along with that fastball. And look at if that velocity comes back, he's going to be better for it. So Strider and Sale, I like. You get Schwelly back. That's 1, 2, 3 right there, right? I might keep Elder.
So here's the other thought. What about going out and getting Dylan Cease? He had a bit of a down year. I know he's another Boris client, but maybe you figure out a package deal and you're like, listen, we're going to get Cease and we're going to get Kim. These are the offers. These are what makes sense. Both these guys seem to love Atlanta. I mean, Cease is from here. So, I mean, you go get Cease, you go get Kim, and you bring back Kim. And you say maybe, all right, well, let's see if we can get Arias as well. I know that doesn't leave a lot of holes on the roster, but are on the main roster. But
if you go get Cease and you go get if you go get Cease and you go get Kim, the Braves are going to the World Series next year. I mean, if you, but I do not look at, man. If it happens, Scott, I'm gonna go with you to the lottery, and we're gonna play your numbers because clearly, it's your year. Okay, I in no way do I think the Braves would sign 2 Boris clients in 10 years, let alone 1. So if it happens, Scott, I'm gonna go with you, sir. I'm gonna come out to your residence. We're gonna go to your local store. We're gonna purchase lottery tickets together because clearly you got something figured out. Okay, just saying. Okay?
I just think that at a certain point, Boris has started to soften because I've actually been researching some of his deals. He is not like, well, don't get me wrong. He is very much a like, I'm going to go get the best deal for my client that I can. But he's also softened a little bit with some of these deals he's been signing because he's very much I'm going to help my player do what he wants to do. And if C says, hey, I want to go to the Braves, I'll take less money, Boris has to listen to his client.
I hear you. I hear you. And you know what? I like what you're saying, Scott. But Boris and the Braves working together is like Crips and Bloods walking down the street hand in hand. It's like Hatfields and McCoys. It's like Falcons and Saints fans. I don't see it, Scott. Like you're talking about 2 opposing sides.
Like Falcons and Saints.
Like, bro, you're talking.
Boris again. To me, it's more like the Falcons signing a Rosenhaus client.
I mean, okay.
Because the Falcons don't tend to deal with Rosenhaus either.
Yeah, because he's a bit of a grandstander. But I mean, look at. I mean, we'll see, man. Could Kim end up staying with us? Yes, but if you get Kim and Dylan Cease, Braves going to the World Series. We got Dixon Way in the chat. Dixon Way says, "Good morning. Good morning, Dixon Way. Hopefully you're doing well, my brother. Hopefully all is well." He says, "I hate the Aints more than the Gators." I hear that, man. Agreed.
I mean,
That's because you got your priorities together, Dixon Way. That's because you're living right. That's what that is. Let's shift gears to these Falcons, man. So Falcons, hey man, look, Commanders come in here. Falcons administer some justice. They're able to sling the ball around, score 34 points. Offense pretty much did what they wanted to do. They went on a game-winning drive when they had to have it. I have nothing bad to say about the offense. I mean, look, nobody's perfect, but again, 400 total yards of offense, 4 touchdowns, not a bad day. Give me your thoughts.
Our boy Penix had a total of 2 bad passes all game.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was the pass that was going to Bijan early in the game, first drive, and he just did not put enough mustard on it to get to Bijan.
Yeah, because if he does, that's a touchdown.
That's a walk-in.
That's a walk-in touchdown. Yes.
So he missed the touchdown there, and he missed about a 20 to 30-yard completion
on that interception.
By not putting enough air underneath it. If just those 2 throws are different, I think the Falcons probably win like 42 to 14. Like those 2 throws made a massive difference in the game.
Or they at least win by 3 scores. I agree with you because that one to Bijan, if he gets that ball to him in any way, he can sashay in there. He can moonwalk in the end zone, and nobody's going to stop him. So, yeah, agreed with that. What you think of the defensive effort, Scott? Give me your thoughts.
So a lot of it had to do with the Commanders were running 6 offensive linemen pretty much all day against the Falcons' light boxes. And when I was watching that game, I was like, man, they're getting a lot of yards, but they're taking forever to do it. A lot of people are mad that like we gave up 156 yards, but or not 156, 147 yards, but a lot of that's on 3 plays. Like they had 3 big runs for 86 yards.
Mm-hmm.
You take out those 3 runs for 86 yards, so 147 minus 86, that's 61 runs on 19 attempts, or 61 yards on 19 attempts. Mm-hmm. We were holding them to 3.2. It's just they had those 3 pop outs. And the Mariota 22-yard run, they missed a really bad holding call. On the Merritt 16-yard run.
Yeah, they did.
If you allow a 16-yard run, it's not the worst thing in the world. And on that Chris Rodriguez 48-yard run, they just did not play their gaps right.
Yep.
So you had 3 really bad plays for the defense in the run game.
Yep.
And in the passing game, Debo just burnt a couple guys. Like it just is what it is. Watts missed if Watts plays Debo's first touchdown, or not Debo's touchdown, McCaffrey's touchdown. If he plays McCaffrey's touchdown a little bit different and goes back instead of forward, he ends up with a pick. Like if he just rolls back instead of rolling forward and trying to guard the guy in front of him, if he rolls back and protects the back end against McCaffrey, he's right there. Like right there. And he would have had 2 picks on the day. And people would have been like, holy crap, this kid's good.
Yep.
So a rookie made a rookie error. Not a big deal. It was a good play design, all of that. I'm not worried about it. Debo Samuel burns Mike Hughes for a touchdown. I'm not as worried about that. Like the passing offense allowed 156 yards on 27 attempts. That's a good day.
Yeah.
Like passing defense did what it needed to do. The big thing the Falcons did this week was play ball control.
That's like 6 yards of completion. So that's not bad. Dixon Way says the back judge refused to call holding on the Commanders. We got James Obleton. Good morning, everyone. James says, live in DC metro area. I told them we were going to win. Love it, James. Absolutely love it, James. And hey, welcome to the show.
Absolutely.
And feel free to come back anytime you want, James. But yeah, man. Tell me about give me your thoughts on Pitts because Pitts is having a great year. And I really think the fact that he and Penix have this connection is it's playing well, man. It's playing really well. I think that I think that their connection off the field is leading to a better performance from Kyle because Kyle is sitting down in the right zones. And you put the ball in Kyle's hands, you got a 6'6" guy that can run anybody over. It's got speed and is a mean machine with that ball in his hands. So I'm really loving what's going on with Kyle right now. We started to use Bijan, which was great. And I think that was a good play call to Bijan on well, he did get walked down, but the guy had the angle on him. But what happened is Bobby Wagner got caught up in traffic, and I think that was by design. Bobby Wagner got caught up in traffic and couldn't get to Bijan. And that's what sprung him loose.
On the 69-yarder?
Yeah.
So I'm putting that on Zach Robinson.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great play call.
It was a fantastic play call.
Yeah.
So with Pitts, the big thing is third down. On 3rd and 5 in the first quarter, who does Penix look to? Pitts in the seam. Hits him for 26 yards.
Yep.
The next Pitts catch, was 2nd and 12 for 12 yards. Got the quick first down.
Yep.
The next Pitts catch was a quick 3-yard pass on the 2nd and 10.
Yep.
The Pitts touchdown, simple play action. Hey, it works.
And he stiff-armed the guy. I mean, look at you. You put the ball in Pitts' hands. He can do great things. And I love the fact that we are incorporating more of Pitts and more of Bijan because look, Mooney's hurt right now. Now, when Mooney gets back to himself, look out. Okay. But you can clearly see Mooney's hurt right now. So I think it was smart to incorporate more Bijan because Bijan is a great receiver, right? So utilize your resources. I'm loving what they're doing right now. Scott, let's talk about this defense, man. How do you feel about the defensive effort? How do you feel about where this defense is in general? We got Christy Lewis in the chat from Mississippi. Miss Christy, how you doing? M-I, crooked letter I, crooked letter I, humpback I, our Falcon fan resident in Mississippi. How are you doing? Also, one of the ladies of AFN. She has her own podcast. When you get a chance, check her out. Christy, hopefully you're doing well. She says it's Falcons Friday. And Christy says, good morning, Falcons family. Good morning, Christy. We hopefully you're doing great this morning. But yes, Scott, let's talk about this defense, man. Let's talk about specifically the pressures and sacks and just how do you think this defense is stacking up against the rest of the NFL?
According to DVOA, they're 5th, which is amazing.
It is amazing.
That.
It is amazing.
I was saying if they could be 15th, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
So defense is carried early. They've got real tough tests the next 2 weeks with the 49ers and the Bills. Although I'll be honest with you, after watching that game last night, I think they can handle the 49ers. I think they can handle the Bills. I think they need to play out of their minds for the Falcons to beat the Bills, but I think they can handle them. They haven't played
a terrible run defense. Their run defense is like 31st in the league.
That's where I think they're going to really pound on against the Bills. Because I think, the Bills have a lot of guys out right now, and they're getting a lot of guys back. But first game back is never perfect. And let's just highlight how good Elijah Wilkinson has been in the run game. Like, he has not been a drop-off from Caleb McGarry on that side of it.
Not at all. Not at all.
He's been solid in the past. He actually has been a drop-off from McGarry in the past game. But in the run game, not a change. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. He knows his role. He plays it well. It's a zone run game. It's really easy. So, yeah, Like, that's just amazing. The fact that this was Wilkinson's best game shouldn't go unnoticed either. I think against the Bills, that's going to be a big highlight. They're going to run a lot behind Wilkinson and Lindstrom.
Yeah.
Because that side of the defense is going to be tough. And I think they have to do that. They have to pound on the defensive linemen to slow them down in the pass rush.
Agreed.
Because if you pound on that, it makes it easier for him to not come at you hard in the pass rush.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me ask you this. Do you think if Storm Norman is back against the Bills, do you think we see some 6-man offensive line rotations running the ball?
I think we will. I think they'll do that more to get Storm back up to speed.
Okay.
And get his conditioning back.
Okay.
So it wouldn't shock me. But with how bad that Bills run defense is, I think you're going to see some plays where Storm Norton's the eligible man, but then he sticks in and he stays right next to Wilkinson or right next to Matthews on a play action. And you got 6 offensive linemen there, and you're setting up some deep shots.
Okay.
The Bills are a really solid overall team, but their safeties aren't the best.
Okay.
So I would attack 2 main spots with them, their run defense, and then I would attack their safeties in the pass game. Like, don't get me wrong, Cole Bishop is solid, but Cam Lewis is okay. They don't really have a great defensive safety, and Taylor Rapp is terrible. I would be targeting Taylor Rapp every single deep pass. I would put him in stress all day. I would have Pitts just attacking the seam that he's supposed to cover. Because I think you put Pitts and Taylor Rapp in a one-on-one, and even if Taylor Rapp takes him down, it's 26, 27 yards down the field.
Okay.
So
let me ask you this. You think this pass rush is for real?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, I want to put a caveat here. Do I think it's for real in terms of they're going to get 50 sacks this year? No. Do I think it's for real in that they're going to get like 43 to 45 like we all thought at the beginning of the year? Absolutely.
Yeah, they're on pace for that. You are correct.
They're on pace
for that. Yeah.
That's probably where they're going to be. The pass defense doesn't play enough snaps to get 50 sacks. They are the second least attempts against as a pass defense in the entire league.
Why is that?
Because they have the second least amount of total NFL snaps on defense this year. So part of the reason why the defense is good is because the offense is playing keep away, holding possession, and not giving the opposing offense enough time to do anything.
That's good. And we're going to need to do that. We're really going to need to do that against the Bills.
Exactly.
It is critical that we do that against the Bills.
But also allowing a 57% completion percentage makes it tougher to pass. So do you want to go with your 57% chance that you might get 5 yards? Or do you want to go with your 80% chance you might get 3? I mean, the defense has been playing really well, just all around. But they're not going to be a 50 sack unit. It's just not who they are.
Okay. That's fair. We got Miss Carrie in the chat. She says, good morning, T. Will and Scott. Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday, Miss Carrie. BPE Carrie, 21 Carrie. And best producer in the world, Carrie. I hope you're doing okay. And welcome to the show. Scott, I think it is safe to say that we had a really, really good draft this year. JPJ doing great. Jalen Walker doing great. Xavier Watts doing great. Billy Bowman doing great. Kids are on fire. They're getting it done.
Should we highlight that they had a good draft last year too?
I think so.
Because Rook's having a great year. Dorless is having a great year.
Dorland's having a sensational year.
Penix, the first round pick, is the franchise quarterback.
Yep.
I mean, when 3 of your top 4 picks are performing the way that they have, keep it. Like, that's how you want it to be.
Let me ask you this. Has Terry earned another contract?
Terry Fontenot?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I would keep Fontenot. I don't think Fontenot is an issue. I don't think Raheem Morris is an issue. I honestly think this team's going to be a playoff team this year, and we're going to sit here and be like, oh, we were talking about firing Terry Fontenot 6 weeks ago. Like, no, I think we've got a playoff team.
Okay. All right. So we got the Bills. Let's take a look at Falcons' schedule.
It Bills and then Niners, both primetime games.
And then the Dolphins,
Booty,
Patriots, and Colts. So
winnable. Colts are playing above their board right now.
Colts are playing great.
Then you've got Carolina, New Orleans, New York, and Carolina, New Orleans, New York. After the Buffalo and San Francisco games, I could see them winning all 6 of those games right after it.
Okay.
So if they can win one of Buffalo and San Fran, that puts this team at 9 wins with 5 weeks left. Okay. And then of those teams remaining, you've got Seattle, Tampa. Those are going to be tough. Arizona, I think Arizona falls off real quick. LA, which I think they can beat. And then the final game against New Orleans, which I think that should be a win. So, and they could be a 12-win team this year. They could still be a 12-win team this year.
Okay. All right. Kerry says, if the offense can be consistent and we can improve on special teams, we are definitely a playoff team, but we have to be more consistent. Let's beat the Bills and shock the world. Scott is sounding like very 15-2. Love it. Kerry also says, we are winning in Tampa and the throwbacks have to split with them, and I'm going to the game, and I'm undefeated at Raymond James Stadium. Kerry, I just need you to say it with your chest, my friend. Say it with your chest, Kerry. Say it with your chest. I think she's right. I think she's right. I think, and I'm be honest with you, the sky's the limit with this offense, right? Because again, and there is a caveat. If we can stay healthy, if we can stay healthy, Scott, this offense, in my humble opinion, okay, is as good or better than any other offense out there. If you got a healthy Mooney, Drake, Bijan, Tyler, Kyle Pitts, you can rule the world. That I don't see a better 4 than those 4 on offense along with Penix. I just don't see that.
No.
Tyler Allgeier's a bowling ball. Like offensively, I think the Falcons have, if not the best, one of the top 3 lineups in the league. No doubt about it.
Could be very well another pick your poison kind of year.
Oh yeah.
Like 2012, like 2016, like 2018, where the run game is clicking and they can run play action. They've got multiple targets downfield you can hit. The thing that this team has that a lot of those other teams didn't have is that dynamic home run threat at running back.
Mm-hmm.
Like Bijan, you get him in space, he can take it to the house at any point.
Mm-hmm.
That's just who he is as a back.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he didn't take it to the house and on that 69-yard catch.
Yeah.
But it took a guy with 4.2 speed to chase him down.
And he had the angle on him.
He had the angle, but that dude also has 4.2 speed.
Oh, yeah, no, I get it. I get it. But I'm saying it's difficult when you're running from behind than it is coming at somebody from an angle. And you know that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, whatever. They were all joking with because Tyler was talking about fining Bijan. It was like because it's basically the kangaroo court. They're like, is he going to get fined? And Tyler was like, oh yeah, there'll be a fine. There'll definitely be a fine. But I mean, hey, it's all in fun. I think this Falcons team has yet to hit their peak. So what?
They're not close to hitting their peak.
I don't think they are. I don't think they are.
35 points, and they're not close to hitting their peak.
Yeah. Yeah. I think look it. Sky truly is the limit with this team, man. So um I'll be honest with you. I'm a little more concerned with I have a good feeling about Buffalo coming to Atlanta. I do. I'm more concerned about the Falcons going to San Francisco because weird things happen out there. You know what I mean? So that's my. You said what?
Worst field in the league.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
I
actually,
don't
that's
want to
probably
say it, but yeah. You said
New,
what?
New York is probably the worst field in the league. San Fran's number
That's
2.
true. That's true.
That,
That's true.
do we play New York this year? I really hope we
We
don't.
do. We do. We played the Jets. Do we play the Jets and the Giants or just the Jets?
Just the Jets. Yeah, I hate that field in New York. I hate it.
Yeah.
San Fran has cleaned it up. Like the difference in injuries between like the one of New York and the 2 in San Fran versus like the 2 and the 30 is about the same difference in injury risk.
Mm-hmm.
Falcons are near the bottom. Falcons are like 28th in injury risk with that field turf they have. Yeah. They take care of it too. Like they take really good care of that field. San Fran, San Fran just has the injury risk because it's San Fran and that field gets slushy. Like it's just such a wet area.
Carrie said, Scott, could you see us trading for a wide receiver at the deadline if Mooney is still not healthy? I honestly don't think you need to, but give me your thoughts, Scott.
Potentially, but it'd have to be someone who's really good at playing on the outside. It can't be another guy who's big in the slot and all of that. Like you don't want a Josh Downs type. You don't want a Jacoby Myers type. You want a guy who can play on the outside, who's really good on the outside. Like I personally don't think they will. Mm-hmm. I think they would say, hey, Mooney's hurt. Let's just promote Chris Blair. Let's just promote Nick Nash. Let's just promote Drummond. Although, again, you don't need another slot guy, so you don't really need Drummond. I could see them promoting Blair before I could see them trading for a wide receiver.
Yeah. Agreed 100%. Well, Scott, we are a minute away from 8:45. I know that you have some commitments that you have to tend to. Brother, yeah. I thank you for being flexible. Well, I was going to let you say that, right? But hey, I appreciate you joining me, man. Tell these folks where they can find you, brother.
You can find me on Twitter at Karasik S. And probably November-ish, you'll start seeing some stuff from draft professors with me on it.
Okay. I got to ask because we talk about it every week. Where are you on the article?
Not close. Super busy.
Scott's going through writer's block right now, but it's okay, man. It's okay, brother. We support you through it. It's all good. Carrie says, I'm not looking forward to playing in MetLife. Hope everyone stays healthy. Amen, Carrie. Amen to that. Amen to that. Amen to that.
Just to piggyback on that, if MetLife would install the same kind of field that the Falcons have, it would massively reduce their injury risk.
They need a dome.
Well, they do need a dome, but also if they just installed the same kind of field turf we have, it would massively reduce the injury risk. And I'm sure Blaine could cut his boy Mara a deal.
But they won't. Because that's why they're the Jets.
Maybe Blaine could just donate a field to them like he did the Clark Atlanta and Morehouse and like all the HBCUs in Atlanta and just donate it to New York. Because the HBCUs in Atlanta have nicer fields than what they have in New York.
Wow. Yeah, I'm speaking.
And I say that because I know exactly what kind of field they put in. Because it's the exact same field that he put in at Mercedes-Benz. He put in at those colleges. That was his donation to those colleges. He was like, hey, you guys need some help with your football program? I'm going to buy you guys helmets. I'm going to buy you guys uniforms. I'm going to fix your fields. And that was it.
Well, my friend, hey, This has been fun. I appreciate it. Carrie says, I really do think we need to. We don't have anyone close to wide receiver 2 production on our team. In
Casey
my
Walker
opinion,
didn't do it.
they probably won't. Carrie says, great show, guys. Have a great day. You as well, Carrie. Hey, to everybody in the chat who joined us, we appreciate you guys. Could have been anywhere in the world. You decided to join us. So we thank you and appreciate you. And hey, we just love talking Falcons with you. So cannot thank you enough. I want to thank God for waking me up this morning, for sending everybody in the chat our way. And definitely want to thank God for this brother Scott here, who joins me every week. I appreciate you, brother. And hey, man, thank you to Jack Spade and Eric Parker, who gave me my start in this business. Again, for my ATL Sports 1 on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe with your friends. And yeah, you guys have an amazing day. Go Falcons. Scott, man, have an amazing day at work. Enjoy your weekend, brother. We'll see you.
You too, man. See you.
All right.
Let me tell you something. Look it, man. I've been an Atlanta fan for 45 years.
Turning up the heat, T Will on the mic, can't accept defeat. My ATL Sports Show, he's running the game. Atlanta Falcons fly high, you know the name. In the heart of the A, where the pride runs deep. From the Braves to the Falcons, he's keeping it real, no sleep. He's got the scoop, every player, every play, bringing the thunder every single day. T Will,